What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I want to talk about this album right here, Linkin Park's latest album called Living Things. A lot of y'all were hitting me up via inbox and via comment boxes or whatever saying, yo, you gotta review Linkin Park Living Things. A few of y'all heard the album prior to the physical actually coming out and saying, yo, you're gonna love it. They're going back to the aggressive style and whatnot, and yeah, you guys were right. I really fucking love this album. They took it back, thank God, because if they released another album that was like their previous album, 1,000 Suns, I probably would have let Linkin Park go altogether. I probably wouldn't be buying any more Linkin Park albums, but this shit right here, Living Things, this shit is official, thank God. I think I already did a history of Linkin Park thing on my 1,000 Suns review. Go check that shit out. I don't want to sound like a broken record going over their history again. But this album was very well put together. Produced by Rick Rubin, the legendary Rick Rubin, and Mike Shinoda. Mike Shinoda is the MC slash singer slash guitarist slash programmer or whatever of Linkin Park. He does a lot of things for this band. A man of multiple talents. And shit, I really fucking enjoyed this album. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna jump right into it. There's 12 tracks altogether. Y'all know that Linkin Park don't make fucking extensive, long fucking albums, except for maybe Reanimation, which was considered, well, I consider it the remix album. They don't consider a remix album, but it basically is to me. Yeah, 12 tracks. They stick right to their formula. A lot of their tracks aren't that long. You know, they're like, you know, between 3 to 4 minutes. Some are even less than 3 minutes. I guess they must have listened to the actual fans. They said, please take it back, take it back, take it back. And this is what I always say to artists: if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. And Linkin Park is a prime example of that adage right there. So, like I said, you got 12 fucking tracks, short blasts of music like Linkin Park is good at. Their content or subject matter, they took it back once again. You know, they make shit that's so simple in life, so deep and meaningful. You know, they talk about shit like betrayal, hope, being powerless. That's one of the tracks, the last track on the album. Just shit like that, shit that anybody on the planet can relate to. It's like very simple shit, and yeah, they make it seem so deep and meaningful, especially with Chester's voice, like he's singing to you, you know what I mean, and talking to you, and I like that. Mike Shinoda's rap style, a little bit more aggressive than previous works, especially on track 1, Lost in the Echo, when he comes in with You Were That Foundation. It's like he pulls you right into the fucking album. And shit, the aggression, speaking of the aggression, I love Victimized. Haven't heard Linkin Park that raw in a long time. Chester's back to fucking screaming, fucking crazy instrumental. It's just that track is just like a real fucking just a big mesh of rock, rap, and just extreme rawness. And I love how the instrumental with the heavy guitars somewhat goes into a punk range, but not really. I mean, listen to it and tell me what you think. This album to me is a culmination of Hybrid Theory, Meteora, and Minutes to Midnight, all smashed into one. And I think they really came hard with it. Let me get into some of the cons of the album, if you will. For those of you that are Linkin Park fans, y'all know that they always incorporate a instrumental track in their albums. Speaking of the formula that I was talking about earlier, they usually do that towards the end of their album. You know, going towards the last or final tracks, they'll have it. And for example, like on their first major label release called Hybrid Theory, they have a track called Cure for the Itch, which is track 11, which is before Pushing Me Away, which is the last track, track 12. They do the same thing on this album. Track 11 is Tinfoil, that's the instrumental track, and track 12 is Powerless, which is the last track. And my beef with that track is Mr. Han, aka Chairman Han, who is the DJ of the group. He supplies a lot of the backdrops to the music and all of that. That is his track to shine on, because I don't know, like I mentioned before, Cure for the Itch, that was when he was going crazy on the turntables and all of that. I would have loved to hear DJ Han, or Mr. Han, excuse me, doing that shit. You know, that's his time to shine. I love it when he scratches during performances in songs and all that, and I would have loved to hear that shit on there. This instrumental basically was an intro to Powerless because it connects very well. But like I said, I was looking forward to Mr. Han getting down on the ones and twos. Another thing, Mike Shinoda as the MC of the group. I always feel like on Linkin Park projects, or as a matter of fact, any project he gets into nowadays, I feel as an MC, he somewhat holds himself back from his full potential. And those of you who have the Hybrid Theory EP or anything prior to that know exactly what I'm talking about. Lyrically, sometimes I think he holds himself back because, you know, they're a mainstream band. You know how it is. You don't want to rap big words and all that shit. You know how it is being in the mainstream and shit. But I'm not taking away from any of his lyrics on here, because Mike definitely put his heart into this shit. You can feel it listening to it. But listen to the Hybrid Theory EP, listen to the Zero demos. Zero was the name of the group before they changed their name to Hybrid Theory, and then they changed their name to Linkin Park. So Zero is Xero. Listen to the Zero demos. In fact, listen to the demos of the Hybrid Theory album, and you'll see how they sort of had to change things a little bit for it to be, I guess, a little bit more accessible and acceptable. But yeah, I mean, it's not a going against anything Mike really did on this, because I'm happy about it. Track, what is that? I think 10, Until It Breaks. Dope track when Mike's rapping on it. Kind of weird though with the reggae influence, and I know they experimented with reggae a little bit on their last album. I mean, it's slowly growing on me. With Mike's little bit of reggae in his vocals. You can listen closely, you can hear it. But it's growing on me. I do like that song Until It Breaks. And shout out to Brad Delson, the guitarist, lead guitarist from Linkin Park, for adding his vocals to that track. Really came out nice. So shout out to my dude Brad. My rating of this album, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. Really fucking awesome. Thank you, Linkin Park. Fucking love this album. Please stay on this path. People love it. People love you guys anyway. Especially me, now that you're back to your original fucking formula. Like I said before, this album to me is a culmination of their first 3 major label albums put together. Great combination. Fucking love it. Shout out to Linkin Park. Love you dudes. Oh, and one more shout out. There is a super fan of Linkin Park that I used to be friends with. This dude Sal. In fact, I know Chester and Mike had a video where they were talking about Sal, how much of a fucking huge fan of Linkin Park he is, because you know he would get his arm signed by the band, then the next day he would go get it tattooed or whatever, and he has a bunch of Linkin Park tattoos up and down his arm and maybe his back. Sal, if you're watching this, get in contact with me. We gotta chop it up. I haven't talked to you in years, so I want to get back in contact with you. And I know you listen to everything Linkin Park, so hit me up if you get a chance, or if you see this video or whatever. But that's it. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, support dope ass shit, and that's it. Peace, bitches.